Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make another type of headband. So I already have a first video out on a headband, and it's the scrunchy headband. So if you haven't seen that, please go ahead and watch it. It promises to be another fun and detailed tutorial. So in this one I'm going to be showing you a different style of headband, and it's the turban or twisted front or knot headband. So if that's something that you would like to see, definitely keep watching. If you haven't subscribed, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the like button so that the YouTube algorithm knows that you enjoyed this video. So guys, we're going to dive right into the video for today. To make your twisted or turban style headband, you'll need the following items. You'll need some elastic band, and I've got my elastic band here. This one is a 1-inch band, so I've got this right here. You'd also need your measuring tape, so I've got my measuring tape right here. You need a safety pin, so I've got a safety pin here. You'd also need some pins, and of course your tailor's chalk to make markings. You need a loop turner. Because I don't have a loop turner, I've got a screwdriver right here. You'd also need your normal scissors to cut off all loose thread, and your fabric scissors, but I have already gone ahead to cut out my own fabric pieces, so I really don't need my fabric scissors. But in case you haven't gone ahead to cut out your fabric pieces, you will need your fabric scissors. You would also need your pieces that you're going to be using. So you're going to be needing 3 different pieces for this project. The first piece is the elastic casing, which is what I have here, and the elastic casing measures a height, I don't know if that's appropriate, or width of 3 inches. So this is 3 inches that I have here, actually 3.5 inches. So you want 3.5 inches by 15 inches in length. So the length is 15 inches, and then this is 3.5 inches. So you want it, that's where the elastic goes in. So that's the first piece. You also have 2 pieces. These 2 pieces are the same measurement, and these 2 pieces, the measurement that you want for them should be 8 inches in height by 18 inches in length. So you want 8 inches in height by 18 inches in length. So you want 18 inches by 8 for that, and that's 2 of that. Then you want 1 elastic casing that measures 3.5 inches by 15 inches. So that's what you want. So the next thing to do is to go ahead and fold each piece over. So you have this one just like that, folded over like that. You sew it on 1/2 inch sewing allowance. You want to repeat the same thing for this one. You want to have it sewn on 1/2 inch sewing allowance, and then you want to go ahead and repeat the same thing for your elastic casing and have it sewn over by 1/2 inch sewing allowance. After doing all of that, I'm going to come back to you guys. Alright guys, after sewing all the pieces, this is what they look like, and like you said, or like I rightly said, you'll be needing your fabric scissors. So I'm just going to go ahead and separate all the 3 pieces. And this is what they look like after sewing on a 1/2 inch sewing allowance. I've gone ahead to sew all 3 of them, and we're going to go ahead and turn them to the right side out. So if you have a loop turner, go ahead and do that. If you don't, look for something long and sharp, and then proceed to turn them to the right side out. Alright guys, after turning all my pieces, this is what they look like. I'm going to go ahead and give all of them a nice iron, and then I'll come back to you guys. Guys, after ironing my piece, I made a conscious effort for all my seams to land in the middle. So that's what it looks like, and as you can see, these 2 are the same size. This is the elastic casing. So the next thing to do is to cut out the elastic we'll be needing and putting it in the elastic casing. So you need your elastic to be about 6 inches to 7 inches. I'm going to go ahead and cut out 7 inches of my elastic. So I have I'm going to cut out 7.5 inches of elastic. So I have that 7.5. Cut that out just like that. I'm going to put that aside, and then I'm going to feed this into the elastic casing by attaching this to a safety pin. So now that this has been attached to a safety pin, I'm going to go ahead and feed it into the elastic casing. While you are feeding this into the elastic casing, you want to make sure that it doesn't like disappear on one end. So if you want, you can go ahead and just hold this. You see how this end is here? This is where your pins come in handy. So you want to go ahead and hold this in place so it doesn't disappear. I advise that you pin this securely in place like that, and then just keep feeding the rest into the elastic casing. When it comes out on this end, you can go ahead and remove your safety pin. So I've removed my safety pin, put this out of the way, and then I'm just going to go ahead and pin this in place as well so it doesn't disappear. Now that I've pinned this in place, you're going to go ahead and stitch here on 1/2 inch and also stitch here on 1/2 inch, and then I'll come back to you guys. Guys, after sewing the elastic casing closed, this is what I have. Like, this is what it looks like. So as you can see, I've shot it closed on both ends, and this is what it looks like. So at this point, guys, this is what we have. So the next thing to do is to sort out our headband. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and turn this into 2, fold this into 2, just like that. Okay, if you want, you can hold the ends in place with pins just so that you're not confused, like that. Okay, and then you want to put this loop. So you folded this into half, you want to insert this loop into the second one, so just like that, and fold that in half as well. Okay, so insert that and fold it in half. Hold the bottom of this, or hold the ends of this in place with some pins as well. So now that you've held this in place, this is what it looks like, and we're literally almost done with our headband. I'm going to go ahead and place this here. You want to place the wrong side, and then you want to go ahead and just stitch this in place while it's like this. Okay, so you want to place, I'm going to go over it again. You want to get one end. You want to place this so that the line which shows the wrong side is facing you. So you're going to put this in place like that. Okay, you can take out one of the pins or take a separate pin and just hold that in place just like that in the middle. Then you want to flip this over like that side over, and then you want to flip this other side over as well. After flipping that side over, you want to go ahead and sew all of this in place by 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back to you guys. So I don't know if you noticed, but when you're sewing, you will notice that it is kind of difficult to sew because it's thick, but it's okay, it's not impossible. Go ahead and remove your pin, and this is what it should look like. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and finish it up by doing the other side. I'm going to push it back to the wrong side, and we're going to go ahead and finish up by placing on the other side. So again, you want to place the wrong side like that, so that the wrong side is facing you. You want to go ahead and hold it in place with a pin, just like that. You want to wrap this over one time, you want to wrap this over the second time, and you want to sew this in place by 1/2 inch sewing allowance. So I'm going to go ahead and do the second part again and come back to you guys. Alright guys, I've just finished sewing it, and I went ahead to sew it twice. That's what I did for the other side as well. I sewed it, or I stitched it together twice so that, you know, we don't have it loosening. So I'm going to remove this pin. I'm going to trim off all the fraying edges. So that's the thing about this fabric, it's satin and it does fray quite a lot. So I'm just going to trim off all the fraying edges on both sides, and then I'm going to flip this to the right side. So by the time you do this, what happens is that it looks neat, right? And then there's minimal fraying. So that's how it looks like. It looks really neat. You can trim off all the fraying edges. I didn't do that properly. There's minimal fraying, and voila guys, you have yourself a headband. This is the wrong side of the headband, and this side where you don't have any seam is the right side of the headband. And as you can see, you have the knot end or the turban front like that. That's what it looks like. It's really nice if you ask me. Alright guys, so we've come to the very end of this tutorial, and this is what the headband looks like. As you can see, we have the turban front just like that, and this is what the back looks like. It looks very neat, and it's quite simple to make. So thank you so much for watching this video guys. We've come to the very end. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was worth your while. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to leave your comment, suggestions and feedback in the comment section below. If you do try it out, let me know how it works out for you in the comment section as well. And if you haven't subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. Also guys, I have a mailing list, so do check out the link I have in the description box for the link to the mailing list, as well as the link to the patrons page if you would like to be a patron. Thank you guys so much once again for your support. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video next Sunday. Bye.